One of my favorite desserts at the holidays is gingerbread, the kind that comes in the big loaf with the white icing all over the top of it, especially the kind that you see in those bakeries and coffee shops. I love it. So today I'm making gingerbread. One of the characteristics of gingerbread is molasses. It gives it that dark, rich color. When I was living in Korea, I never made gingerbread because molasses was yet another ingredient I just couldn't find there. Little did I know that you could make a very similar thick, sweet syrup by boiling down dates. So I'll show you how to make a date syrup that will go in this gingerbread. If you either don't like molasses or can't find it, it will give it a slightly lighter color, similar to what you see in gingerbread men and cookies, but it still has that rich flavor. And of course the ginger, which is perhaps the most Christmassy and holiday flavor of all.
We can easily turn traditional whipped cream frosting vegan by adding 1 to 2 tablespoons maple syrup to a can of coconut cream that's been refrigerated overnight, using just the solid part, not the liquid, and refrigerating it until we're ready to use it. To make the date syrup, remove the pits and tops from 10 medjool dates and place in a small saucepan. Over a medium flame, add 1 cup of water and let it come to a low boil and continue to bubble for about 15 minutes. When the skins are fully softened, remove the dates from the heat and set aside for just a moment to cool before adding them to a blender. Add the dates, juice and all, to a blender and blend until a thick pudding-like consistency forms. For date syrup in general, you could strain it to make it even smoother, but for this recipe, we'll keep all the fiber. To the dates, add 2 chia eggs. If you need a quick tutorial on how to make chia eggs, click in the top right corner. 1 cup of hot but not quite boiling water, and 1/3 cup of coconut oil. I'm pouring the coconut oil in the hot water here so that it melts really easily, and then I can just add it all together. However you add your coconut oil, make sure that it's melted. So the hot water, the coconut oil, the chia seeds, and the dates are all going into the blender together. My blender wasn't quite big enough, so I had to save the water for later. Blend one more time to bring all the wet ingredients together. For the dry ingredients, start with 2 cups of whole wheat pastry flour, 1/4 cup of coconut flour. If you don't have coconut flour, you can use another 1/2 cup of whole wheat pastry flour, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a full tablespoon of ginger. Whisk to combine. Add the wet ingredients of the date mixture to the dry ingredients. And if you had any leftover hot water that didn't fit in your blender like me, and whisk everything together thoroughly. Pour into a bread pan and spread evenly with the back of a spoon. Bake at 350 for 35 to 40 minutes. When it comes out, it will be a lovely golden color, and a toothpick in the middle will come out clean. After it's cooled, lightly loosen the bread with a butter knife and flip it over onto a plate or cutting board. You can choose a fun festive plate like I did, and then spread the frosting evenly over the top. To serve, cut into thick slices, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe.